And now, through the magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced podcast of the future, Transformers Slag Podcast.
What's up, everybody? How we all doing this Saturday night? And we're from a different place in the house here. Anyone who caught early this week, I was testing out some stuff, trying to see if we could do some different recordings from different places in Casa de Proto. And we are recording today from the Transformer Slag Podcast video game room. See the sea of Mega Man stuff behind you there, most of it Proto Man related. This is the video game room, and we're going to be recording from here today. Audio quality might be a little different because the acoustics are different in this room. We're also going to be playing some video games today, some Transformer video games. I was doing some testing with, I have multiple PlayStation 2s, and I found the one that doesn't crash every time we play. So we're going to be doing that. We'll answer some super chat questions. We're going to talk about the news this week because we got a little bit of news we're going to cover. A lot of cool stuff here. But once again, thank you for joining me this evening. We got Link CW, we got Roman, we got Michael Koo, JR Mina from the Philippines, T-Formers 2002, Space Ghostal, Ashnut, Snorlato. Who else is here? People starting to roll in now as this moment. Abraham is here too. Sharif is here. A lot of good peeps are popping in. So this is going to be a different one. This is going to be a different one, just to have some fun, do some different stuff. We already got a YouTube member question here. Do you think there are too many lines right now and products? Also, any word on the next HasLab? So, when it comes to too many lines, I will say this. I don't think we'll ever reach the peak of, I think it was like 2009. In 2009, we had mainline TV show, which was at the time animated. We had Titaniums, which was on its way out. Alternators, which had a few final releases, which was on its way out. Universe 1.0 was happening. Universe 2.0, so not Universe 2.0, Classics was kind of like also becoming a thing, while Universe 1.0 is still existing. We had all of those little sublines in the movie stuff, like Real Gear and Robot Replicas and Tiny Titans. We had Robot Masters that were still a thing. We also saw the beginning of Rescue Bots. I know I'm forgetting something. There's a lot, but there was a lot. Obviously, Masterpiece was something that still was existing and still is to this day. There was a lot. There was a lot of stuff. Princeton Phalanx 59 has gifted 5. Thank you, Princeton, for gifting 5 to Alex, to Ryan Strange, to Will, to Sumdak, to Young Butternut. Very nice. A lot of new members joining today. Thank you, Princeton, for gifting those to everybody. So it's gonna be quite a interesting night tonight. We're gonna do some different things for everybody. We're gonna have some fun. We are gonna have some fun tonight. But first, let's cover the news. We'll cover the news. We'll do some of the sponsor stuff. We'll talk about this and that. Maybe we'll take a look at some of the craziness back here, and then we'll play some video games because let me just make sure I have everything set up properly here. We actually have the screen set up here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We could just... No matter the cost. We got so many members joining today. Very good. We got that going on so we could play some video games of the Transformer nature. We're going to be doing a lot more of these in the future. Depends how I want to record. Sometimes I'll do it in the TF room. Sometimes we'll do it here and we'll do some video game stuff. But, it happens. It happens. Link CW, Hit Proto, had to cancel my Patreon membership. Sorry, bro. Kept my YouTube membership. Is the Optimus Prime still available? No. Well, you know what? Look, for you, because you were a YouTube member for a while, just contact me through Patreon and we'll work something out. Because I know you've been a YouTube member for a while. I know that some people, they can't financially handle the patronage. I get it, but I'll still send you one. Don't worry about it. But contact me through Patreon. That'd be the best way to do it. So don't worry about that. The whole point of the little Optimus Prime was to be a BotCon. It's BotCon. I wish it was still BotCon. TFCon exclusive for people as well as my YouTube Patreon members and stuff. So we're gonna try to get that to everybody as soon as possible. Is there a Digimon game there? Yeah, this is actually my old memory card. I might as well switch the camera there for a moment. That was my old memory card, so I might as well repeat all the stories that I told on, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday? So back in the day, 1995, 1996, Proto Man stayed true to the Nintendo world and went the N64 route while everyone else went PlayStation. But luckily, because all my friends went PlayStation, whenever I wanted to play a PlayStation game, I just needed to have a memory card and I could just keep all the info from any games I would rent. So I would borrow my friend's PlayStation or I would go to his house once in a while and I would bring games that I would rent. And the top left there, which is actually blurred a little bit. Actually, no, I'll probably turn off the lights afterwards. I just want to see how that'll look. Oh, yeah, that'll look way better afterwards. Okay. So Mega Man 8 was one of the very first PlayStation games that I played because, well, my name. So, and there's Armored Core there, there's Digimon World 2, there's WWE, there's obviously Street Fighter, the Final Fantasy games, and 2 Beast Wars games, which you could take a guess which one we're going to be doing today. Have some fun with that. But truly a pocket of the mid to late 90s of my teenage years. Good times. But again, as someone who played a lot of Street Fighter and a lot of Mega Man and decided to stick with the N64, needless to say, I should have moved elsewhere. But that's a whole other story. So let's jump into the news. We have a little bit of news to cover, and then we'll do some sponsorship stuff. We'll take some super chats and we'll play some video games. And we'll play some video games while taking super chats at the same time. So you could still roll everything out there. Michael Koo, the WWF days before the name change. Yeah, it's the F instead of the E. That was probably the save file. Let me just check quickly. That was the save file for WWF SmackDown on PlayStation 1. Imagine. What's up, Tom? Let's see. Link CW, I only want the Optimus Prime because you had your hand in making it. Just awesome that fans have the ability to make con exclusives. Yeah, well, I have a lot of connections. I have a lot of talented people, both on an artistic side and a action figure creation side that I'm able to make cool stuff for you guys. And I've been doing it. I'm trying to do one every con now, just so that there's something for everybody. If they come to the show, they can get a free exclusive if they're a patron as like an extra thank you and everything. But we'll worry about that later. Let's jump into the news because we got some news to talk about. And the first one we're going to cover, and it's already, I probably should have layered that better. One moment. Let me just layer everything properly. Webcam, and then bring that down. There we go. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. We got to turn off this. There we go. Craziness. Getting used to the new setup. So let's start with, let's talk about Grimlock. So we finally got some official images of Grimlock today. We actually got them a few days ago due to both Hasbro, Pulse, and Walmart putting it up for pre-order. And if you saw my individual segment on that, within 5 minutes, he graciously sold out. I guess people were extremely excited about this, and that sends a very good message to Hasbro that, hey, they want more of this. The fans want more of this, and it's pretty cool. So pretty awesome stuff. Again, obviously it's sold out right now on both Walmart and Hasbro Pulse. Walmart might get a restock. I don't want to confirm that. Hasbro Pulse, I wouldn't hold your breath. Hasbro Pulse usually just gets one little assortment, and then that's kind of it for these store exclusives. They get a small little percentage. So it is what it is, unfortunately. But definitely either check your local Walmarts for inventory or check walmart.com or .ca for restocks if they do it at some point. But was shocked how quickly this sold out. Pretty impressed. And I'm happy because this tells Hasbro, hey, you could do really wacky repaints of really obscure stuff at big price points and people will buy it. So that's pretty cool. The other piece of news we're going to cover is just So we got our very first look today of Transformers Earthspark Starscream. And unfortunately, it was as I had feared. It is just a straight up repaint of the Cyberverse one, but with less. So it actually doesn't come with the extra blast effects and accessories and stuff like that. And it is a straight up repaint. Now, another thing too is Starscream also comes with a Build-A-Figure limb. And I mean, judging by the lighting of the photography, it looks like it's 100% the same as the Mandroid Build-A-Figure limb that came with the Shockwave in Wave 1. Maybe this one's metallic and this one's matte plastic. I don't know. The photography is kind of hard to tell. It looks exactly the same in my opinion. Maybe there's a small deco change that somehow, from a collectability, completist standpoint, people will care. But otherwise, this is a straight up repaint again of the Cyberverse version. So unfortunate. Just like his Warrior class toy was a straight up repaint of his Cyberverse Warrior class. Seems like so far Starscream in this line is just been straight up repaints. But this has kind of been a thing with Earthrise. Earthrise, from what it seems like with Hasbro, the sales of the toy numbers have not been doing well. And going into the later waves, they're definitely playing it safer in terms of investment and tooling. Now, I don't know how early they made this decision. Maybe they kind of felt in advance that this was going to be a line that they were going to play it safe. Kind of like Generation 2 in a lot of ways. Generation 2, they played it safe in a lot of different areas to save money until they went into the Beast Wars era. And, it just kind of seems the same with this. And, every time I go to Walmart or Toys R Us, the Earthspark product is just full pegs, full pegs. So Project Earthspark might not work out in the long run. Let's just put it that way. So I'm just saying, they're probably gonna have to move on to whatever the next thing is they have planned, and that'll be that. But the show's okay. I mean, it has its moments. I think it's a little slow in my opinion. I think that the choice to kind of really focus it around a human family might not have been the best storytelling mechanism. And I'm sure there's some people that, oh, I love the family. Oh, they're the best. They're great. Then hey, that's great for you. But I don't know. Me personally, I think I want something more fresh and exciting, as opposed to, I guess social family issues. I don't know. It's probably the best way to put it. You know, yeah, I kind of got my fix of that already a little bit with Robots in Disguise 2.0, where they also kind of like based it around a family in a lot of ways. That was the main cast, and it's just, I kind of got my fix already with that. Even with like, let's say, Rescue Bots, and mind you, Rescue Bots was made for a more preschool audience, but I kind of got my fix with that, with the Burns family, and then, it's like, okay, let's do something different. I want more Cybertronian stories, so we will see. We will see. But that's it for the Starscream. It's kind of unfortunate that that's the route they went. But Hasbro, again, I think is really playing it safe right now with a lot of this stuff. And that's it more or less for the news. It's been a very quiet week. I will have, starting Monday, I have a whole bunch of other segments talking about the Hasbro Q&A that they did, because there's a lot of really cool stuff that's going on there. A lot of stuff to break down, essentially. So we're going to talk more about those segments probably like Monday to Friday, because there's so much to talk about there and make sense of it. And I mean, just the one that I did on Friday about the video game stuff, look how much there was to break down there. Talking about future of Studio Series Gamer Edition stuff, talking about the future of the Fall of Cybertron, War of Cybertron games, and the Microsoft acquisition of Activision, and what that might lead to that, and what's happening with that. The plans of what they're going to do with Gamer Edition moving forward, and what Evan and the crew would like to see done. So there was just so much to talk with that segment that the rest of the Q&A, I was like, you know what, I'm going to break this down into pieces and release it throughout the week, because there's just so much to talk about. So stay tuned for that on Monday. And then some, unless there's some big news that I have to cover then too, but we'll see. So we'll jump into sponsors quickly. We'll talk about this and that. We'll take some super chats, which you guys can keep rolling in throughout the rest of the stream tonight, and then we'll play some video game goodness here and there. So let's jump into it. So again, of course, Symbiote Studios, the plush pins and t-shirts. we have here today, if you went to TFCon, you saw it in person in the glass case, and of course at the Protoman Parts Party, the Slag, which is available on their website. You could, if you don't have the QR link, I don't have it queued up here, but you could check my Twitter. I also have the link there to go pick up the con exclusives. So we got the Transformer Slag plush looking real good. That was the SDCC exclusive. I like the main. You could just do that. Looking real good like that. And of course, for the Rangers, we also have the Power Ranger one of the Tyrannosaurus Dino Zord, Jason. So we got that one too. So those are available on the Symbiote Studio website right now, symbiotestudios.com. You can pick up those San Diego Comic Con exclusives that everyone is excited about. And of course, let's talk about Anda Seats. Of course, I'm not in an Anda seat right now. I'm in the seat that I retired from Anda Seats because it was a garbage seat. But I got the good Anda seat downstairs. I'm just, waiting for if maybe you'll send me a second one, guys. Maybe I'll take the Bumblebee. We'll get a yellow one in here? Yeah, why not? Get a yellow Bumblebee seat in here. Be pretty good. And of course, let's talk about Aaron Archer. His brand new book is out. It made its debut at TFCon. It was a smash success. A lot of people picked it up, and then people kept buying it throughout the week. And then when it went online, people were buying it when he got back from TFCon. So go pick it up before it runs out. I mean, he made a lot of these, but I mean, they've been selling like crazy. So $20 for the full color Art of Transforming Robots Volume 2 Color Edition. A beautiful book of celebration of the Transformer world from that era that Aaron Archer created. For an extra $15, you get a custom sketch of whatever you want in there. He'll make a nice sketch of your favorite robot or anything for that matter. Again, archermonster.com/shop. Be sure to check that out. Awesome stuff. I have mine downstairs. Aaron didn't sketch anything in mine though, but he gave me a beautiful painting, so I think it makes up for it. And then, of course, and this is very important, the latest segment that we did, if you haven't caught it already. So we uploaded just last week the latest episode of the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. And we have a brand new segment with a guest this time around. We have Steve Bono. He was one of the guys behind Alternators, helped with a few little Transformer projects here and there, but he has a bigger footprint in the Kenner Hasbro world when it comes to Star Wars Black Series, Star Wars in general, just really. And of course, he was one of the most important cogs in the wheel of bringing Beyblade to America. And so it's a very interesting segment. It's about an hour and a half long. We have a bunch of visuals. We have a lot of behind the scenes photos, prototypes, all kinds of cool stuff. We talk with Steve. We talk with Aaron about bringing Beyblade to America. But again, if you are a Transformer fan, do not pass up this segment because we bring up a lot of Transformer stuff in relation to this because Beyblade happened because of Transformers. The co-development and success of Robots in Disguise and going into Armada with Takara led to the taking utilization of tooling of their other brands, and thus Beyblade came to America. So check out that segment, the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. It's doing really well already. The Beyblade community is loving it because it's the first time they're getting to see behind the scenes stuff, and we're going to probably do more of that in the future. So check it out, the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. And also what I did in preparation of this. So this box here doesn't seem like much. This is almost the complete run of Plastic Gen Beyblade from a friend of mine in Japan. It's pretty nuts what's in here. I mean, it's a lot. It's all layers. Like it's layers of every Beyblade. Probably the good stuff is at the bottom, but I mean, it's pretty nutty. It's pretty nutty what's in here. I brought it. I actually dug it out, but then I realized, oh my god, like all the good stuff like Dragoon and Drasil and Drigger and you know they're all at the bottom. So I was just kind of like, oh no, ugh, all the good stuff. I'd have to like make a mess and everything after it was packed away. Maybe in the future, what I was thinking of doing, because now that we're working out all these new setups and stuff, I was actually thinking of also doing another setup where we're going to do something maybe in my dining area, and we'll have two cameras, and we could have a camera that's on me and then a camera that's aiming down, and we could kind of like mess with toys or books or stuff, and we could kind of talk about those too. So we have a lot of plans on the podcast in the future, a lot of new stuff. So stay tuned for that, of course. But we got a lot happening. We got a lot happening. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it up to super chats. So if you have any questions or anything, just hit that super chat button. We got a whole bunch of YouTube members, so you guys could ask questions too and everything. Ashnod says, I got my TF plush Thursday. Excellent. Got your Slag plush. That's good to know. Michael Koo, despite TFCon, Mr. Archer is doing an incredible turnout time for online orders. Yeah, well, he was planning on advance of this. He knew that it was going to explode the moment it went live. So it's going to be crazy. And actually, Aaron asked me to ask you guys if there is anyone that has any spare Transformers Armada, Energon, Cybertron, Universe 1.0 adjacent kind of molds too. If you have instructions, paper instructions of any of those lines, maybe even a little bit of Robots in Disguise, maybe some of the Beast Wars instructions, if you have vintage Beast Wars instructions you want to get rid of that were like kind of related to him, he is looking to get a bunch of those. If you have a whole bunch, like a good chunk of them, contact him through Instagram and let him know you guys could work something out. He's willing to send you a free sketchbook and everything because he's trying to get a whole bunch of these instructions. So if you have any of instructions of Armada, Energon, Cybertron, Universe 1.0, maybe some of the movie stuff because he worked on, the protoforms, the entry protoform Optimus and Starscream. If you have instructions for those, any of those, contact him through Instagram, Archer Monster on Instagram, and you guys could work something out. Because if you're willing to send him some stuff, he's willing to send you a book because he's trying to hoard a whole bunch of them to use in the future for a bunch of future projects and stuff. So if you have any, let him know. I know me personally, I've already been starting to dig up some myself to potentially bring down. Mayoral Fabrication with the first super chat today at $5. How you doing, Mayoral? What's up? What's up? I was lucky and got 3 Toxitron dead ends. Wow. Will be the next Cosmos, or am I gambling with the toy? At which point the thrill of the hunt is scalping. Well, in my opinion, scalping is when you're buying more than you need, and especially if you're buying more than you need to resell. I mean, I understand people look at toys as an investment. If you buy something and then like wait on it to sell later on, I get that. I get that, but that is scalping. When you go to a store and you buy all the units of something with the purpose of resale or stuff like that, or some kind of larger value, and not because, like, if you're buying three, like in my case, if I buy 3 Rodimuses and it's because I want to have one mint in box, one in car mode, and one in alt mode, yeah, it kind of sucks for all the other people that want Rodimuses, but they know that I'm not buying it to flip. I'm buying it because I'm keeping, you know? So that's kind of the dealio with that, unfortunately. So, but thank you for the super chat. Link CW, make online instruction file form. No, he wants to have the original ones because they were done on a nice gloss paper, and there's kind of a pedigree with that because what he wants to do is he has this big project planned where he wants to have the old instructions and paint on them. You could kind of see what he did in my TF room where he did a painting on the old Energon Rodimus instructions. So if you have any physical instructions from that era that are doing absolutely nothing, contact him. He will gladly take them off your hands and give you something as a thank you for doing that. So again, Archer Monster on Instagram if you want to contact him. So then, we're gonna open it up to super chats. We're going to play some games today. So today we are going to be playing, and I'm going to probably have to put up the volume a little more so if you could hear it at all, because I know that last time the audio capture was kind of difficult. Michael Koo with the $5 super chat. I'm just going to pop up any second now. Come on, let's do it. It's always a little delayed. Do you think the Walmart G2 repaints will continue long enough to get all the G2 Stunticons? I think they have that planned already. I think they have a plan. There it is. I think they have a plan to do all the G2 Stunticons, even if it's not within the Toxitron collection. I mean, we got that drag strip, G2 colored one through Shadow Strip. That was through Velocitron Speed of 500. Granted, that is a Walmart exclusive, but I'm pretty sure, like, even if Toxitron didn't work out, they'd find other places to put those other limbs because I think that they have it planned. My only concern is where is that Commander class main, Menasor piece of Motormaster? Where's that going? Is that going to be a Walmart exclusive? Is that going to be a Hasbro Pulse thing because it's a larger price point item, and uh, maybe a store would not want to invest in such a large product as an exclusive? We don't know, but that's my biggest question, if anything. So, but thank you for the super chat, Michael Koo. So, what we're going to be playing today on the PlayStation 2, mostly for a quicker load time, but it's a PlayStation 1 game. We're going to be playing Transformers Transmetals, Beast Wars Transmetals, done by Geneza, Takara Studios, and BAM Entertainment. What was cool about this game was it had a lot of original animation from Mainframe and a little bit of Takara's also in-house animation studio. So we got a whole bunch of brand new scenes, and it has the original voice actors, most of them Richard Newman and Venus did not reprise their roles of Rhinox and Black Arachnia. They have sound-alikes that are there. We have the first time we see the animated versions of Transmetal Rhinox and Transmetal Waspinator. It's a nice, fun little game, pretty simple and easy. But what we're going to do is we're going to play through it. We're going to show you the cinematics and all the cool cinematic scenes and stuff. And we'll take some super chats while we're doing that. We'll have a good old time. And you'll get to see how broken some of the characters are in this game. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn off the light. Let's just switch it up first. Let me switch to the other camera. Bang, and then bang. There we go. So we're going to switch to the other camera. We're going to turn off the lights so we have a slightly better view of everything. And we're going to rock out. So if you have any super chats, just throw them your way. I'm going to put up the volume a little bit too. I don't know how loud this is going to be, but it's going to be pretty loud because I want to make sure you guys could hear it. Maybe I'll pause for super chats just to take a moment. But let's rock it on. Let's see. Link CW. Is the Menasor box set Hasbro Pulse exclusive? Yes, it is. That is going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, I believe, on August 4th, they said. So let's rock and roll. Put up the volume more. Let me know how the sound is, too, if it's too loud or too soft.
Asia. Yes. Transformers, robotic life forms born far across the galaxy on the planet Cybertron. Bearing the power of transformation, these beings were split between Autobots and Decepticons, then Maximals and Predacons. Representing justice and evil, respectively, the two factions waged terrible battles. Two groups of their forces crashed on an unknown planet. A quantum surge then changed the Beast Warriors into Transmetals, who are joined by new comrades, the Fusors. Now, the Beast Wars rage on!
Guess it doesn't like the background music. I do not know. All right, so this game essentially had a lot of weird stuff going on with it. It came out at a time when Beast Wars Transmetals was coming out in Japan, and this was pretty much a localization of that. So what you're going to notice is a lot of the voice acting is not going to match the lips of the animation models because this was actually built for the Japanese audience. But we're lucky that the Beast Wars cast in it, most of it reprised their role with this. So what's cool is there's a lot of extras. They include a lot of little extra things here and there. So you get like toy gallery. So you can see like Ravage X9. Pretty cool that they include that. Looks really good. In very low res quality JPEG files. Oh, there's a Aaron Archer special there. Look at that. There's another one. So they had like a toy gallery. They had music. They had voice actors. You could hear Primal.
I am the commander of the Maximals. I expect you all to back me up. I've failed. Let's do it. Until this war is over, I can't afford to lose.
They had a whole bunch of that. All the different characters. You had CG models. These are pretty cool. You get to see like these cool little CG models of all the characters. Different turnarounds and stuff. Yeah, nice little extras that they had on here. For a PlayStation game too. You know, back in the day they didn't really do this kind of stuff. So look at the Cheetor. Very nice. Dug it a lot. Really cool stuff here. Then you got whatever, music, movies. Those are the spoiler stuff. So let's get into the game. Put the setting. Oh, we have it on hard. Let's put it on normal. Let's not kill ourselves. I think I beat it on hard. Actually, no, I have to beat it on easy for the Predacons afterwards. Okay. Because we're doing some unlockables too. We're going to unlock some characters, some special characters. We're going to unlock Ravage and Bakhan Windrazor, and I think Tigatron and Black Arachne are the other ones. So we'll unlock those too. A lot of good stuff. Coming in too bright, maybe because it's a little, if I turn that on. That change it up a bit. Oh, that helps a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, we're going to do this and that, shall we? You get to see the shelving there for a brief second. Start with the Maximal.
Weapons.
It's a Predacon accessory! Wait a second. Predacons on screen now.
They're still far away.
Dare they! Big button! I'm going! I'll show them what I can do.
Percent.
Oh, you pussy kid! You want to go out there by yourself? You'll be blown away. Whatever. We just gotta get out there and take them down.
Wait, Cheeto. We must use this chance to take back the disc. Attack the Predacons, then follow them to their base when they pull back. Yes, 60%.
A great plan. And we'll strike them with all our might. Well, let's gear up and go. Just stay here and no.
Rhinox will stay here. Cheetor, Rat Trap, Silverbolt, let's go.
Hey, all right. Understood.
Rhinox should be all right here. These three should be in. I understand. I'll back you up from here.
No stinking breaks. There we have it. Right. Thanks a lot. Oh, stop your whining now. We're getting close. Come on, let's do this.
10%. All right, everyone, let's go.
Destroyed.
Sorry if the audio's cutting a little bit. It's hard to capture this kind of footage like this.
Emergency. Predacon detected inside base. Activating Sentinel. Who will fight?
I stake my spark on protecting the Axelon.
I'll go first. Hey, looks like the Red Patrol is on the way.
Please, allow me to go first.
So in this game, Cheetor and Silverbolt are pretty broken. Silverbolt's probably the most broken character in the entire game. His super move is pretty much if you get it, you're done. No, you can melt it like crazy. So we will start with Silverbolt.
Please. Settings complete. Program start.
Tarantulas intelligence 4. Ain't that wrong? Based off of the toy BIOS. Here we go.
Who waits?
Oh, I took weird
You
colors.
will be an interesting subject.
Mode. Come on.
You got nothing.
Beast mode. Elbow maximize. With all my parts.
You got that.
Beast mode.
You got that. I do it that.
Elbow maximum with all my parts. A splendid triumph.
It's actually a PS1 game. Not even PS2. PS1. Old school.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point. Point 21. Scanning. Who will fight? Setting. Program start.
Cheetor to base. We've got a situation.
I know your burden. Let me make it worse.
Who do you think should win this?
I'm afraid. All right. I can't believe. Yeah. 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 Fire. Fire. Yeah, fire! 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 Yeah, beast mode! Arrives! Dino, stop them up! Yeah, fire! Fire! Fire!
Not yet, Paul. There is no bonus round with that. Thank you for the super chat. The Street Fighter reference.
Beast mode! Beast mode! I can't believe it. All right. Mission accomplished, Big Bot.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point. Point 32. Scanning snowfield. Who will fight?
Snow? Hey, I'm more suited to warmer climes.
Setting. Program start.
You want a piece of me? Time to kick some keisters. Wait, no. Beast now I'm a Beast mode. Yeah, that's next mine. All right. Yeah. What's the fire? Yeah. What's the fire? All right. Now I'm angry. Hey, incoming. Go. Yeah. People. All right. Angry. I'm angry. Our man. Mine. Better back up. Please no. Just go. Yeah. Take that. Mine. Terrorists. Yeah. Yeah. People. Yeah. All right.
And that's not even his original voice actor. It's actually Ian Corlett.
That was too easy.
Ian Corlett was filling in for Colin, whatever, who was Quick Strike. It's not even his original voice actor. So credit to Ian.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point. Point. Who will fight? Settings complete.
One moment.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point. Who will fight?
Advance through the ambush. Strike with all your might.
Whoa. Wide open spaces.
It'll be tough to avoid enemy attack on this blade. The pretty in this view won't even know what hit him.
Program start.
Let's do it. I know your burden. Let me make it worse.
Energon.
People. Up to the front. Predictable.
Predictable.
No. Ah.
That was nothing. Yeah? No. Predictable. Optimus Primal, maximize.
Nothing.
Engine, terror. Prime gun. Predictable. Prime gun. You afraid? Prime. That was nothing. No. Predictable.
But then the
Seatbelt. Prime gun. Predictable. Until this war is over, I can't afford to lose.
got a super chat from eDogs. 2 D2 NK instructions, 1 D4 NK ramjet.
Investigation.
eDogs, talk to Aaron, see if he needs those. He might have had something to do with those too, because that's like the early classics era. For sure.
Point 51. Scanning. Predacon base. Shields down. Infiltration possible.
Michael Koo with the super chat for $5. Did mainframe CG models help make the PS1 game possible? Yeah, I think that they work together because they're in the credits. So they had a lot to do with it. What's cool about this, when you go over the dark side, they actually call it the dark side. So that's like the first time really it's been called that.
Point 51. Scanning. Predacon base. Shields down. Infiltration possible.
The dark side.
Who will fight?
Everyone, prepare to attack. Fuck!
Now you friends are gonna pay.
If Blackarecni is here, please contact me. Perhaps I can persuade him.
Punishment is ready. Be delivered.
Program start.
What up, Timmy? Welcome to the craziness.
The battle awaits. New package, same product, losers. You take the Oh, no. You take maximize with all my parts might. Not down. You pay for that, puppy. There you go. With all my parts might. Now. There you go. You pay for that.
But we're not done here.
A splendid triumph. Megatron, you're finished. Not bad, Tribal, but this doesn't mean we've lost. You haven't defeated me yet. No. Ha, that's just like you. But our goal isn't defeating enemies. It's preserving the peace of the universe. We get the golden dish back. What? You lose, Megatron. Accepted, villain. Computer? Annihilate them.
Error. Systems failure.
What in tarnation happened? And your buddy Tarantula's already took off.
This is it for you, Megatron.
What?
I just received a message, Primal. We've infiltrated your base.
Aw, Slag.
I thought it was a little strange that Black Arachnia wasn't here, not to mention Waspinator and Inferno. Slag it. This isn't over yet, Primal. Yes. What shall we do? We gotta get back. Everyone, we must get back to the base.
So I have 100% on that. So let's do the Predacon side. I guess I'll start with easy because I got to max these all out. Yeah, they say slag a lot.
Yes.
Gee, I wonder where I got the name of my podcast, eh? It's not a dinosaur. It's a swear word. So now we're going to do the Predacon side. Different story. We're going to have to do it on easy because Protoman wants to complete every extra. Just do it on easy. Unlock some stuff.
Isn't it another glorious Predacon day? We rise each day to conquer. Yes.
You said a mouthful, Boss Bot.
So, Tarantulas, tell me, how goes our plan?
Perfectly. Those maximum wimps are coming here as we speak.
It's all too complicated. As long as we get to crush the Maximals.
Don't even talk if you don't understand the plan, Crab.
What? That I cannot forgive. Are you listening, Spider Brains?
Ooh, spider brains. That's original. Shall we proceed?
Rampage. I'll put it into terms even you can understand. My plan is to lure the Maximals to our stronghold, the dark side. Then we beat them mercilessly. We crush, we smash. They'll be forced to retreat. And we follow them all the way to their base. Yes. Get it? That'll never work. Get it? Rampage.
Waspinator has spotted them. The Maximals out here, Megatron.
Megatron, I'll go to the Maximo base and lure the rest of them outside.
Go then, Cheese Spider.
It's gonna be one hell of a party.
A party held in celebration of Optimus Primal's final defeat.
David K's the best.
Emergency. Emergency. Maxim detected inside base. You will fight.
Who's easiest to win with? Or Megatron.
Witness the might of Megatron unleashed.
I, Tarantulas, will inflict much pain.
Do I have to do all the work around these parts?
I, the immortal Rampage, destroy you.
Program start.
He does a pretty good job, though, Ian. It does sound like him. Does sound like him. They always couldn't get everybody, but I mean, when you get Scott McNeil, you get half the cast right there. So
New package, same product, losers. The battle awaits. I enjoyed that. Beast Wars. Beast Wars. Take it on, terrorize. You lose.
Paul says for the $2 super chat, why isn't Venus voicing Black Arachne in this game? I guess they just couldn't get her.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan.
Maybe she was busy
Select investigation.
recording a Rambo 1/2 episode at the time.
Who will fight?
There doesn't seem to be anywhere to hide or set traps here.
Did you really think you could get away?
As long as I get a piece of the action.
Program start.
Yeah.
You will be an interesting subject.
Cheetor to base. We've got a situation.
Oh, amazing stuff. Yeah, Campbell Lane. He's one of the few members of the show who's not with us anymore.
Beginning sonic scan.
Rampage's voice
Select
actor.
investigation.
It's the only Beast Wars voice actor autograph I don't have.
Point 42. Scanning. Clips. Maximal detected. Who will fight?
I will hunt them all down.
I'll take on anyone. You think you can trash my lab and get away with it? Feel my wrath!
Bossbot will have me do all the tail thrashing.
Fear me, I will destroy all.
Program start.
Rat Trap speed 9. I guess, yeah, it's the roadie mode, I guess, now. Makes them fast.
I know your burden. Let me make it worse.
You want a piece of me?
Oh.
Rampage is too strong. Just like 2 hits and I took him out.
Beast Wars! Rampage, arrive! You afraid? No one you afraid? Beast Wars! No.
Share in my agony, friend.
Amazing.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point. Will fight. Settings complete. Program start.
Everything is plus 10 except his rank, which should be the only one that shouldn't be disputed.
Time to take some tasters!
Let's do it!
That was nothing. That was That was ridiculous. That was nothing. Take that! Paralyzed! You know what? Ain't no stronger print in town.
Sometimes you could hear Ian's voice come through.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point. You will fight.
Prepare for battle.
Look what I found. A foolish maximum.
I got some poison for him, partner.
Be afraid. I want your spark consumed by terror.
Program start.
New package, same product. Losers.
You want a piece of me?
Yes, I enjoyed that. You lose.
You lose.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan.
Almost done.
Select investigation point. You will fight.
No, not my favorite, but I will do what must be done in order to conquer.
Megatron doesn't like snow. Now you know.
Cold doesn't affect me. I just put more oil in the heater, if you know what I mean.
Looks like they don't know who they're tangling with.
I'm angry. I'm getting angry. Really angry.
Program start.
You're referring to Megatron X T-Formers 2002. If you beat the game on hard without losing a single round, you get to face Megatron X, a gold repaint with wings of Transmetal Megatron, which one day we might get a gamer edition of. Who knows?
You will be an interesting subject.
Let's do it. That was nothing. Predictable.
You got me. You got me. Glory is mine. Glory is mine.
That was nothing.
You got nothing.
That was nothing. Power it back.
I think Transmutate would be a little too dangerous. Maybe unlockable.
Power it back. That was nothing. That was nothing. That was
Oh, big mouth.
That was nothing. Predictable.
You got nothing.
Be careful.
Let's see.
That was nothing.
Alex Willows, amazing voice actor.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point. 131. You will fight.
There is no escape from the fury of the Predacons.
Isn't this forest great? I love the gloom. The gold will be easy around here. Anybody, anything, anywhere. I'm getting angry.
Program start.
Is that a 6 for Cheetor's intelligence? 6? Those spots go right to his brain. Except he doesn't have any spots except his chest.
I know your burden. Let me make it worse.
Cheetor to base. We've got a situation.
I will repeat. I can't.
Look how big he is.
Ultra better.
I will repeat. Share in my agony, friend.
Michael Koo with the $5 super chat. What do you think about Soundwave included in the G.I. Joe Classifieds Chuckles?
All systems green.
That's typical Hasbro, figuring out a way to make us buy G.I. Joe stuff. I appreciate that. Probably going to see that tooling used in other stuff in the future. If we ever get a crossover line, they're going to use that for sure. Thing with,
21. Scanning.
the thing with G.I. Joe stuff is usually the weapons aren't like tooled to the character, so they can be shared across a lot of different things. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see that Soundwave in other stuff in the future.
Who will fight?
Perhaps I should let one of my faithful minions handle this.
Just a bit farther. When we capture the maximal space, I'm going to make it my own personal fortress.
Anything I face goes down.
And now even more feasters to kick.
Program start.
Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Michael. We'll be back to doing straight up questions in a moment. We're just going to finish up this Predacon run, and then we're done.
Time to kick some feasters. You want a piece of me? Yeah. Yeah. That one is. Yeah. Yeah. That one is. Yeah. Hey, that one is.
It's like the bottom of the Maxwell Bay, where the waterfall is.
Yeah. Beast mode. Take that. Yeah. Yeah. Beast mode. That was yeah. Yeah. That one, yeah. Yeah. That one's just right. Yeah. Ain't no stronger print in town.
You could really hear the Cheetor in that one.
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point.
2 more to go.
Who will fight?
An ambush? How pathetic.
Who could be all the way out here? Maybe a trap.
I'm ready for anything, tin horn toads.
Lazy fools, let's go now.
Program start.
You will be an interesting subject.
The battle awaits. There you go. Beast mode. Kilpable maximum. Kilpable maximum.
Beast mode!
How are we ready?
Let go!
Yeah.
You got that?
You
All systems green. Beginning sonic scan. Select investigation point. Point 11. Scanning.
Last level.
Maximal base. Shields down. Who will fight?
Predacons, terrorize! Follow me!
Let's make off with some of this equipment for when we escape.
Anybody, anything, anywhere, I'll destroy it.
Let me have the first kill there.
Program start.
Here we go. After this, we'll go back to the chat.
New package, same product, losers. Let's do it! I enjoyed that. That was nothing. That was nothing. I enjoyed that. Be careful. I can be told. That was nothing. Beast mode. Power it back. That was nothing. Megatron, terrorize. Careful. That was nothing.
Game over.
Boy, that. You lose.
Show's over. Feel the pain of defeat.
Now,
Well, says farewell, Optimus. Any last words? Yeah, Megatron, it's not over yet. Stop making excuses. The Maximals are finished. The flame of justice cannot be extinguished. Are those your last words, Primal? I'll be sure to put them in my diary.
Goodbye. As if we'd let you do that. Sentinel autoguns online.
What?
Third Megatron. Telecom retreat. Slag it!
Your defeat will come soon.
Yes.
So, before we end this, we'll just show some of the unlockable characters that we.
Jamaica. Yes.
Transmetal Rhinox was never in the show. This is exclusive to the video game.
Begin versus battle mode.
Okay, so now we have some new characters. So we have
Let the trails lead where they may. I will follow.
Tigatron,
Recklessness is a perfect complement to wisdom.
Windrazor,
I use deception for the purpose of good.
Black Arachnia,
I served under the original name.
Covert Agent Ravage. So,
Recklessness is a perfect complement to wisdom.
so we'll do Windrazor against
I
Black
use
Arachnia.
deception for the purpose of good.
What do you do? Volcanic desert. Wasteland. Place. Grasslands. Settings. Heat. Program start.
Here we go. Some special characters. Windrazor finally gets a voice actor.
The Autobot legacy lives on!
I like being a bad girl.
Now, be a bad.
Binary fault! Learn from the past, live for the future.
I appreciate that they did something with Windrazor.
Begin.
Let the trails lead where they may.
I served under the original Maiden Dog.
And the last one, Ravage versus Tigatron.
Where will you do?
Let's go where Tigatron has the advantage.
Settings complete. Program start.
This will be the last fight of the day, and then we'll go back to chat. Spend the last 30 minutes doing super chats. Oh, totally. We're going to get a brand new Windraiser toy for sure. No more Bakon exclusive.
I want no witnesses. I do not enjoy causing destruction. Impressive. Impressive. But
Ravage strike.
we'll fight for
Sniper gun.
Oh, no. Decepticons, forever!
I do not think that's Lee Tokar. And that is that for the game.
Begin versus battle mode.
And that is that. Let's switch up cameras. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Figured I'd oh. Got to restart PlayStation. So, figured you guys would enjoy that. Not many people get to see the footage of it. That was Beast Wars Transmetals. That's what this was. PlayStation 1 game from back in 1998, I believe. Got 2 more modes I gotta beat. I gotta beat normal mode and hard mode, and then I have everything unlocked. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So we'll open it up to some super chats. How much time we got left? We got about 40 minutes left. We'll take some more questions from the fans, and then we'll enjoy the rest of the evening. And thank you for coming into the video game room this time. With all the crazy Mega Man stuff in the background, it just keeps going in that direction. This wall kind of gets in the way of all of that. But pretty nutty. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me grab the Beyblades while we're at it. We got a super chat from Alden Tolbert. Bandroid is one of the good human villains. It almost made Unicron a pushover. Earthspark Grimlock is the best Grimlock so far. No, there's good aspects of the show, but it's kind of like the same problem that I had again with Robots in the Skies 2015, where there was a lot of good aspects of the show. I really liked the fact that we had a Bumblebee character as kind of the main character instead of Optimus being the leader, so I dug that a lot. I liked the character of Strong Arm. She was a really cool, unique female character we haven't had in a long while. I loved how all the Decepticons were unique designs. Everything was a unique design. Everything was brand new. So there was these new trademarks and new characters, not just like, oh, we're going to use all of these old trademarks. So I appreciate that. And then you take all of these great things, and then the story was kind of trudging along. And that's kind of one of the biggest weaknesses I find with Earthspark is like 12 episodes in and it felt like nothing happened. And when we finally return to form, where we have these like 21-minute episodes and it took 13 of them before we got like any kind of good storytelling or action. And season 1.5 that we have thus far is kind of a lot of the same, unfortunately, where it's like, it is what it is. Oh, the Chung-Li statue. Oh, it's the little Chung-Li statue I have here. Oh, there she goes. It's a nice little, I think it's called Candy Pop. I love Chung-Li. She's awesome. She's awesome. I main her in Street Fighter 3. It's the only time I use her in Street Fighter games, but in Street Fighter 3, she's amazing. So, gotta love Chun-Li. But yeah, so we got the Beyblade box here. Got a whole bunch of Bit Beasts, whole bag of them. And then we got, my goodness, you got the big guys. They're all individually wrapped up so they don't get damaged. All of them. And then if I go all the way to the bottom, I don't want to go all the way to the bottom, but like there's so many of them. All of them 100% complete. Practically the entire run of Plastic Gen, outside of the heavy metal system they had back in the day. One day I'm gonna do a segment one day. We're gonna crack this open and we'll go through it all. But yeah. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Goober's here too. Hey, Goober, you just came late. We were just playing video games before. So this is the video game room. Goober got to see it, I think, during its early stages at one point when we were just kind of building it up. But it's mostly just Mega Man toys. There's Mario stuff more down there. It's a long room. A lot of cool stuff. Then there's the whole Nintendo stuff around the corner. This is more of the PlayStation area, if anything. The Ritrick wants to know, what kind of repaints do you think we will get from Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus? Well, after the segment that we just talked about, we're probably going to get Waza no Komboy repaints. We'll probably get a pixel art colored Ultra Magnus and then a Rodimus colored Ultra Magnus, because everyone knows that Rodimus was an unlockable character in that game, but it was just an Ultra Magnus sprite, so they could do like a Rodimus colored Ultra Magnus. They're obviously going to do Powered Convoy, aka movie preview Ultra Magnus. So that's the Diaclone colors. We'll definitely see that for sure. So right away there, you got three. So you got three repaints already out of the gate. Shattered Glass, if they want to do it, good ones there. Michael Koo, news Protoman might enjoy. Funko is going to do a major restructuring that includes laying off 12 to 13% of its workforce. Yeah, well, when you rely an entire brand on nothing but licensing, it is what it is. I'm not happy to hear about people getting fired, but, at the same time, it's such a waste of plastic and time and shelving space and resources, and plastic comes from oil, so it's a waste of oil in this world. What a waste. You know what? Funko is fine when they make toys of characters that don't have toys, but, Funko Star Wars, do we need that? Funko Transformers, do we need that? I don't understand it myself personally. Maybe I'm crazy. Tom Laney, which home console was the first one? Disc-based games would probably have to be the Sega CD. Was probably the first one. I have a Sega CD right here, and I have a Sega Saturn. Probably I'd have to say that. Probably would have to be the Sega CD. Sega was always the first to market with a lot of things. They were the first with CD. They were the first with color handhelds. They were the first with internet. The Sega Channel was kind of the first time we had downloadable DLC content and internet. Sega was the first to ever do handheld consoles because they did the Sega Nomad where you could have a Genesis as a handheld. They were always the first to market, but that was kind of Sega's flaw because they were always the first to market. They were also the test run. So all the mistakes that Sega would make, people like Nintendo and other companies would be like, okay, don't make that mistake. So and then when they did the Sega CD, there was no lockout chip. So anyone could burn games. PlayStation learned that, Nintendo learned that, so they put out lockout chips. When they did where is it? I actually have one right nearby here. Oops, I just pushed something. The Sega Game Gear, one of the Sega Game Gear's biggest flaws was it used scanline technology for their screens, which I doubt this one has no batteries in it, but it used scanline technology. And the problem with scanline technology is it uses the old dot matrix screens of old tube televisions. And when you have something this close to your face, let's just say anyone who owned a Game Gear in their childhood, and I'm not saying that you're wearing glasses because of it, but you're probably wearing glasses today. So, needless to say, every handheld that used color afterwards and backlight screens didn't use scanline technology like Game Gear did. They did quite a bit of eye damage with that. So there was a lot of things. It's the Sega Channel was before its time in a lot of ways. Oops, just moved the camera there. Was before its time in a lot of ways, but Sega was ahead of its time, just always too ahead of its time, in my opinion. Where we have it, Abraham with the $5 super chat question. Proto, excluding Rolling Thunder due to the size between the GI Joe Havoc or the General, I guess the General. What do you think would be a good fit for the Optimus Prime and crossover? Yeah, because definitely the Rolling Thunder is way too big. I own a Rolling Thunder. It's like this big. It's huge. Gosh. See, they didn't have a good truck-based Joe character. And the only one that I could think of was the G.I. Joe Rolling HQ, which was this big tan colored HQ, but again, it's too big. And everything has to be O-ring sized to kind of work with the O-ring figures. I don't know. They're going to have to go with something simple. They're going to have to go with something that I'm probably not even thinking about, because it would have to be something that fits like in that almost Voyager class price point. Because that's like, Megatron was the HISS tank, and that kind of works. So they'll have to have something that's comparable to that. And I don't know. I really don't know. Joe's didn't, maybe the, what was it called there? The Wolverine, which was, I think that was CoverGirl's tank. They could do something like that, and it'll come with CoverGirl, I guess. I don't know. They need something that's like in that price point, if you know what I mean. And a lot of Joe vehicles, like the Barracuda, and gosh, some of them get really big. The Rhino isn't too bad. The Rhino I would use for Rhinox. The Rhino was about that big. That was a Sergeant Slaughter vehicle. But the Triple T supposedly is the next one we're going to be getting with Sergeant Slaughter. So we will see. That's what I think. But I still think it should be the Rolling Thunder, because that's the only thing that really works for Optimus and such a cool design. But yeah, the real Rolling Thunder is like huge, big. So that's where it becomes a problem. Red Trick, do you think Primus has a golden repaint from Kingdom Rodimus? I think every single Rodimus mold should get a gold repaint as Primus. I think that's always money on the table that they miss out on. They did it with the original G1 toy with the Lucky Draw, which you guys probably saw on my Instagram. They did it with the Energon version. They did a gold and a silver version as a Lucky Draw. And then I'm surprised they didn't do it with the others. Such an easy repaint. It's probably because they don't want to do chrome nowadays. That's probably the big deal. Tom Laney says, I was thinking it was the 3DO. No, the 3DO came after the Sega CD. 3DO came out around the time of the Sega Jaguar. I'm not sure which one came first, if one came before the other. But so that was afterwards. That I don't want to say it was the generation after, but it was definitely like the year after that. 3DO came very late to market. Did not do well for them. Got a couple, but I wouldn't say I collect them. Well, I try to collect everything. This wall here is all PlayStation, Atari, Sega, Xbox, and Transformer games. I kind of isolate all the Transformer games in one spot. And then in the west wing of the room is all the Nintendo stuff. Paul with the $5 super chat. Do you own all the video game consoles and handhelds and their variants? Well, not all their variants, like some video game YouTubers. I don't know all the variants. I try to own as much as I can. Like a lot of times I'll have multiples of the same consoles, but that's more just for because stuff breaks down. Like anyone who saw the live stream when I did it on Thursday, like just a test live stream, I was using a PlayStation 2 that kept crashing for whatever reason. And it was the newer PlayStation 2, which has the different port in the front, which didn't have an infrared in the front. So I used an older PlayStation. This one's working amazing. I have a Virtual Boy. I think you can even see. Oh, you can't see it, but I got a Virtual Boy here. I got pretty much everything. I got let me just pull out some of the weirder stuff. Like I got an old Intellivision over here, one of the very first cartridge consoles back in the day. Not many people talk about that. I got a Video Way. Not many people talk about Video Way. VideoA was one of the first ever television consoles that utilized a TV remote. Dreamcast, Atari 2600, Atari 7300, my Virtual Boy, Sega Saturn, obviously all the Nintendo stuff, Nintendo, Famicom Disk System, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, even Rob the Robot, good old Rob, love him. A little bit of everything, a little bit of everything here. I think the only console I don't have is probably the latest Xbox stuff. Like I have an Xbox and an Xbox 360. I don't have an Xbox One and I don't have an Xbox X. Those are so cheap in the secondary market. When they get old, I'll pick them up then. Like all my Xbox stuff I have, I bought years after they came out. My Xbox, I think I bought for $5 from a garage sale. My Xbox 360, I bought from a friend, and it was just everything and all his games for $50. Like he didn't care. Even my Dreamcast, I think I got ridiculously cheap afterwards. So video game stuff, like whenever there's always this like wiggle room area where when it's brand new, it's a ton of money. And then when it's like 1 or 2 years, like after it's retired, nobody cares and you get it, it's ridiculously cheap. And then when it becomes vintage, then all of a sudden people want it again. So like I kind of always strike when no one cares. When all of a sudden the stores are liquidating, like, oh, we don't want Wii's anymore. Have Wii's for like $40. So GI Joe APC, that's a good one too. That's it's still a little big though. That's the problem. Like I don't know what Hasbro wants to put in a box. You know what I mean? That's the problem. I don't know. Maybe if they change the tooling and they make it smaller, I guess. You still might be able to get the San Diego Comic-Con 2023 Funko Pop Rodimus Prime and Galvatron at your local GameStop. Yeah, it's showing up at my local GameStop. Mikey and Louie are gonna pick one up for me though, so I'll be able to get one from there. And yay, maybe I'll get rid of the Galvatron. I don't need that, but I keep the Rodimus, that's for sure. I will keep that. But there's a lot of cool stuff here. Again, just slowly making sense of everything. And see, this system, the PSP, I bought just for Mega Man powered up, and the Mega Man X Hunters game. And then I literally just turned this into an emulation device afterwards. One of my biggest wastes of time, let me tell you, this system. I spent more time on it playing emulated games on it than actual PSP games. And I have quite a few PSP games. The Lunar remake was on it. Again, the two Mega Mans I just mentioned, the Transformer games. What else did I play on that? Star Ocean games are on those. Those are good too. But aside from that, everything else I played on the PSP was I hacked it and then put a whole bunch of emulation stuff on it. That way I could play like Mega Man Legends on the go or something, you know. Found better use that way. Michael Koo says Optimus Prime as G.I. Joe Adventure Team mobile support vehicle. Again, they have to pick a good size. They have to pick a size that works for the boxes that they have. And that's why we're not getting an Optimus Prime Rolling Thunder. Getting that like ocean sound from the PlayStation. Is there a way to close this? I'll just close it the old school way. From the back. There we go. And that is done. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff here. A lot of good stuff. What else do I got here? Got my Star Fox crew, Minton card, Falco. This was so hard to get the Falco. Peppy and Slippy back there. Snowcat will be Snowjob. Snowcat should be. That's a tough one. You need to use like a Arctic-based Decepticon. Like the only like Arctic-based Transformer I could think of, like in the more G1 sense, was Generation 2 UK Ironhide. Look that one up. He had a weird design, which had kind of like an Arctic-based vehicle, I think. So there's that one. Obviously, you could then go into like, oh, Tigatron should be Snowcat. It's a no-brainer, but then it would be a Cobra unit, which would be a Decepticon, so that wouldn't make sense. But yeah, they'd have to include Snowjob, or what's the other one? There's another Arctic-based guy. what's his name? I forget him. Something Frost or whatever. Yeah. What else we got here? All kinds of wacky stuff here. We're still sorting this room. We're still trying to make sense of everything. That's why there's like little empty areas here and there. The Mega Man one I still have to fill up. Everything. It's a little crazy. I wish I could show more. I don't have much range here, unfortunately. But with the cameras. But yeah, we got 5 minutes left, guys. Let's do 5 minutes more of super chats and we'll call it a day. What we got in here? This is from the fan gamer posters of Earthbound. We got the Ninja collection of Mortal Kombat, all the ninjas, except Scorpion, oddly enough. They left Scorpion out because Scorpion's most popular and they probably knew they could sell him individually. Although my boy will always be Reptile. I always love Reptile. And Ermac's cool too. I like Ermac also. Smoke is cool too. All the ninjas are awesome. Ninja Pack. Get all your ninjas. You want to talk about repaints, Hasbro? It's all repaints. The Ninja Pack. And then you got Metroid articulated. Just put that on your head there. Love this. So cool. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff in this room. Slowly trying to sort it all. Will Hasbro wait until PulseCon to announce the HasLab Transformer? I don't know. I think that PulseCon is probably the best time to do it because they'll probably bring in some celebrity that'll probably hype it up. Last time they did the big PulseCon, they had the celebrities for the RoboSen Optimus. They brought in, Kevin Smith and everything, and Jason Mewes, excuse me. So I'm pretty sure they'll bring in some sort of, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. I love Optimus Primu, So they'll probably, get in somebody. What scale is that Ninja Pack in? G.I. Joe scale, 3 1/4. 3 1/4 scale. Like here's my hand next to me. Mind you, I have big hands. It's 3 1/4 scale, so it'll work with your 3 1/4 G.I. Joe stuff. And they're pretty articulated too. They're pretty awesome. Very cool set. Here's what the back looks like. Mortal Kombat Classic. They also did the same thing with the robots, the Robo Lin Q ninjas. So pretty cool set. What's for dinner, Proto? I was actually thinking of we bought a whole bunch of Vietnamese baguettes, and I was thinking of maybe making those with some cold cuts and stuff. I'm not sure yet, though, but that's what I'm probably going to have. I'll have that with some spinach on the side. I've been buying a lot of berries, too. I got to have a lot of fruits and berries and some fruits and nuts, but I'll probably have that for breakfast tomorrow. But otherwise, some good stuff to eat. Abraham says, I think the Havoc is similar in size to the Thunder Machine. Is it? I don't know. I see. The thing is, the Thunder Machine, the Soundwave one, I don't know if they shrunk it down from the original Thunder Machine. I have the Beast Blaster, which is the Street Fighter one. You can barely see it. Can you see it in the shot? Oh, no, that's my Donkey Kong shelf there. Oh, okay. But I have like all my Street Fighter stuff over there, especially like the G.I. Joe Street Fighter stuff from back in the day. I had to look up UK Ironhide to refresh my memory. Yeah, it's an obscure one. A lot of people don't know about that one. The Power Masters with an S, yeah, 2. Just like Mean Street. Yeah, there's a lot of weird ones. Those were like late UK stuff that not a lot of people pay attention to. You would kill for a Mortal Kombat set like that if it was 6-inch. Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately, when it comes to collecting Mortal Kombat stuff, you have to use Storm Collectibles, and Storm Collectibles, each figure is like $80. I have the Reptile one, and that's it. And that was enough for me. If I bought all the ninjas and all the variants, I would be broke as a joke. But I have the Reptile. I'm happy with that. I was tempted to get the Acid Blood Reptile, but I was like, that's enough for me. $80 per figure. They're cool. Don't get me wrong. They're very cool, the Storm collectible stuff, but could not afford it. And I love Mortal Kombat 2, so if I could get all the Mortal Kombat 2 aesthetic, like I'd do that. Like I have the Katana statue that they did a while back, which was Gallery, I think was the company. So I bought that and I was like, okay. That one was like $40 on sale from BBTS, so I bought it. Otherwise, You know, too much. Too much. Too much stuff. Too much stuff. Proto Man has way too much stuff. So here, Primal Rage, the Polly Pockets. Well, they're not really Polly Pockets. They're more like little play sets, like Polly Pocket or Mighty Max would probably be the better equivalency. Primal Rage. Rage. There's Sauron. And I think this is Diablo. Remembers Primal Rage, the dinosaur thing, and you got this desolate wasteland a la Fist of the North Star. So they did these little like play sets back in the day. Don't have all of those. I'd like to collect all of those. I'm a big video game merch guy. I like action figures of stuff. Like here's a cool one. Always love these. Always try to get more of these ones. I always try and Bomberman, but the Bomberman beat 'em on stuff, but more specifically the Bomberman stuff, not the beat 'em on, because beat 'em on is kind of like its own thing in America with the battle beat 'em on. The Bomber beat 'em on stuff. So Bomberman, Baku Gaiden, Bomberman, really cool with his little mech armor and stuff. With Shiru Bomber, love that. So cool. That was actually a Takara creation back in the day. Love it if they made more of those. Dig that. Super cool. Super cool. Love it all. And I think we are done, guys. We are done tonight, man. So I hope you enjoyed it. We did something different. Just wanted to mix it up once in a while. We'll probably be back in the TF room next week, but I just wanted to mix it up. I've been slowly rebuilding other parts of the house. We might do one from the comic book room. We might do one in the dining room where we could have different camera angles. We're just trying to do something different. Can't always do the same thing week after week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time here in the video game room. Like I said, the audio quality is a little different because of the acoustics in here. But hey, hope you had a good time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking out everything. Thanks for all the super chats and all the YouTube members. If you want to continue supporting the podcast, again, Patreon link is down below, or you could be a YouTube member. You could do that too. There's all kinds of different ways. Thank you, Princeton, for gifting a whole bunch of YouTube memberships to a bunch of people today. So welcome to the YouTube membership. I hope you continue that membership. But thanks again. Thanks again, everyone. And we're just going to take it easy tonight. We're just going to relax and hope you have a good week and enjoy your Saturday night. And thanks for joining me playing video games with the crappy screen audio quality and using the camera like this and everything. We're trying to figure stuff out. I'm going to get a video capture card. We'll make it look nicer. The audio quality will be better. Everything is a work in progress with this podcast when it comes to outside of the Transformer world. We're always trying to give you something different. But you got to see some video game stuff, some things different. Maybe we'll play the Armada game in the future. That'd be really cool. We'll do that too. But take care, everyone. It's been fun. I'm out of here. See you, Goober. I just saw you.